What's up, my lovely little witcheroos and witcherinis and pagaroos and whatever? This is the first Sunday sermon. We're just going to put it in air quotes every time. This is the first Sunday that I am going to start a new series. These will all be available on my YouTube as a podcast, so you can watch them at any time. But what I realized is that there's a lot of spiritual representation out there for every other religion. But I was actually doing some research yesterday on paganism and how many people throughout the world are pagan. Do you realize that there are over 2.5 million pagans in the United States alone, and that the pagan population around the world makes up over 2% of the world's population, which doesn't sound like a lot until you put it into numbers. That is over 200 million pagans. I want you to let that number sink in for just a minute. There are 200 million pagans worldwide, with over 2 million of them, 2.5 million in the US alone. And I decided to start this on a new moon. Happy new moon. It is the new moon in Taurus today, and it is the 27th of April. I don't know about y'all, but I really don't know where March and April went. They just kind of... But what we're going to talk about today is the shift that happened this weekend. We're going to talk about this new moon in Taurus. We're going to talk about how to grab hold of it and how to reset your life path. So first, let me tell you who I am, because some of you guys may not know. Hi, I am the Blue Bodhi. I have actually been a licensed pagan minister since 2013. I have been a professional reader, psychic, etc., with tons of clients all over the world and celebrity clients for over a decade. I am a grandmaster or master teacher in over 9 different forms of Reiki. I hold 84 different certifications in healing modalities and all kinds of other things. I know enough to know that I don't know shit. Let's just say that. But in my time on TikTok over the last 5 years now, I've watched the ebbs and flows of the pagan community. I've watched the ebbs and flows of who we're learning from today and who we're not learning from today. And one of the things that has bothered me the most about my time in witch talk, pagan talk, etc., is the divisiveness that is there. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm done with that. We're going to stop being divisive. For the longest time, I have stayed out of it because I don't want to deal with the drama, and I'm still not going to deal with the drama, but we're going to start coming together as a pagan community. Otherwise, it's going to end up destroying every rich tapestry that has already been started here in the United States and around the world. I don't know if you guys saw the Schumann yesterday morning, but it was a little bit insane for about 4 or 5 hours straight. And I don't know, show of hands, how many of you guys felt different yesterday? How many of you felt different yesterday? The new moon is today. It's today, the 27th. And it's in Taurus. And some of you guys are newer to the witchy world, to pagan practices, etc. So I'm going to start by telling you what the new moon is, what the new moon in Taurus means, and what Taurus itself stands for astrologically. Okay? So the new moon itself, you guys know that it's a reset, right? The spiritual meaning of this is deeply steeped in renewal, letting go, intention setting, changing your life path, starting something new, a new beginning. This is the time to reflect on what's been going on and what hasn't worked for you. What hasn't pushed you forward like it should have. This is also the time to create a new space, to create a new optimism in going forward, to grow, to create new opportunities for yourself. And I find it very interesting, politics aside, with the state of the world right now and how everything seems to be in a constant upheaval, right? That we would have this new moon in Taurus right in the middle of it, right after spring has arrived, which is all new beginnings. It's the start of a new year. But with a new moon, this really encourages you to set really solid intentions going forward. And we're going to talk about that a little later, about changing your wording and how to find your motivation. The fact that this new moon is in Taurus is a very, very powerful moment for you in your life, for introspection, for where you're going, where you've been. Taurus is the second sign of the zodiac. And for those of you guys that aren't Tauruses, you don't know, and you probably haven't ever really looked at what Taurus represents in the zodiac. So I'm going to tell you. Taurus is known for being very practical, being very steadfast, being very loyal, being very grounded, and liking all of their little pleasures. All of their little pleasures. The food, the comfy blankets, all of the goodies, right? Taurus is governed by Venus. Venus is the planet of love and sensuality and pleasure and all of the spoiling things, all of the self-love, right? Tauruses are known for how comfortable they make other people feel. Tauruses are known for appreciating all of the beauty in the world. And I want you guys to really think about all your friends, your family, people that you know are Tauruses. I personally have yet to meet a Taurus that isn't just a beautiful person, inside and out. I'm sure there are some. But every Taurus I know has this certain look to them. They're beautiful. Tauruses are governed by beauty. Taurus is also extremely reliable and patient. And if you guys don't know anything about the Taurus sign itself, they are the epitome of loyal to a fault. They don't have to tell you because you watch it happen. You watch it happen. You watch them hang on to a relationship or a friend that's going down in flames. And when they are still at the bottom of the ocean in the flaming ship, they still don't want to let go because they think they can save it. They're very patient. They're fantastic friends. They're fantastic people to have in your life and behind you. Taurus is an earth sign. It is the fixed earth sign, so the middle earth sign. And they have this grounded nature and this connection with the rest of the world. Now, Tauruses can be very, very stubborn. Don't think that they can't. Every sign has its good and its bad. Tauruses can be very, very stubborn, but this also helps them achieve their goals. You give a Taurus a goal and they will bust through anything they can to achieve that goal. So let's talk about what the fixed sign is in astrology. There is cardinal, fixed, and mutable, and Taurus is that middle one. So the fixed sign is stability, determination, consistency. They like to do the thing. They don't really want to be out in front and be the leader because that means too much responsibility and not enough time on the finer things in life, the pleasures, the good food, the blankies. But they also really don't like chaos like the mutable signs do. They don't really want to fix chaos. They want to do the thing. They want to see their work mattering. You know what I mean? But they're also an earth sign. They're very grounded. They're very stable. I know some of you guys are like, well, I know some Tauruses that ain't very grounded. I guarantee you they are. More so than you realize. More so than you realize. And you Tauruses do not give yourself enough credit for being as grounded as you are. For being the loyal friend. For being the stability in a community, in a relationship, in a job, in a whatever. One of the things that's very important about this reset, about this new moon being in Taurus. Remember when I mentioned that Taurus is like the finer things in life? Remember that? Remember when I mentioned that Tauruses are go-getters, that they want to keep going, that they want to move forward? Remember when I mentioned that? Well, this is the time that you need to be really hardcore looking at what it is you're lacking in your life. This is the time to reset your life path. And I'm talking spiritually, but I'm also talking physically, mentally, emotionally. Three of the certifications that I hold have to do with being a life coach. And I got them really more so for myself, not to just offer other people life coaching stuff, but I wanted to know how I, because I'm a Capricorn, could coach my own self into change, into moving, into motivation, into whatever. And I'm not going to lie, the things that I learned with those three different classes were life-changing for me. And since I earned those certifications in 2013, my life has changed exponentially, especially in the last 6 years. But let's talk about, I want to give you guys a list of like 6 little things. And I want you right now while you're listening to decide, are you really in the mindset where you're ready to move, where you're ready to shift, where you're ready to actually change? Because sometimes we're not ready. And you know what? There's no problem with that. If you are thinking and you're sitting here right now and you're like, I can't right now. I want to, but I have blah, 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 blah. It's okay. I don't ever want you guys to feel bad because you're like, I am kind of stuck. My finances are stuck. My relationship is stuck. But listen, okay? You can always come back to this sermon later on. I want to go through 6 different things that will help you recognize when a change is needed in your path. Okay? The very first one is this: signs of stagnation or dissatisfaction that cause a lack of motivation. Lack of motivation is the biggest one. You don't want to even look at your goals, much less work on them. You don't want to do the things that you love to do, the hobbies. You don't want to go out with your friends. You don't want to travel. You don't want to clean house. You don't want to do anything. You have no motivation. No motivation is gone. The second one is you have an extremely repetitive routine to the point that your life feels monotonous. There's no excitement. There's no variation. There's no change. Every Tuesday is Taco Tuesday. Every Friday is pizza night. Every Saturday you clean the house. Every Saturday afternoon, do you see what I'm saying? It's the same exact thing. Which feeds into the lack of motivation, which feeds into the repetitive routine. Do you see where those two are intertwined? The third one, though, is the one that's going to get you. And I kind of touched on this a second ago. Avoidance of change. When something comes up, let's say you get offered a promotion at work, but it means you have to move to a different branch. It means you have to move your family to a new state. It means you have to work different hours. But it's a great promotion. It's moving up in the company just like you manifested. It's more money just like you manifested. But you resist the opportunity and you say no. If you are avoiding any kind of change in your life, and we all do this, so please don't think that one person or another is better than you because they can make a change or a shift. We all go through phases where these exact things happen. But if you're avoiding new opportunities, if you're avoiding change, if you're avoiding experiences just to stay in that comfort zone, just to stay in that monotonous routine, that feeds right into the repetitiveness and feeds right into the lack of motivation, which feeds right into the avoidance of change. Do you see where all these are intertangled? The next one, number 4, is feeling stuck. You feel trapped. You feel like you can't move forward. You feel like either in your personal life, your professional life, anything, you can't move forward. because you avoided change, which also leads to lack of motivation. I want you guys to just think about that for a minute, how all of these go together. Because the next two are going to hurt. Are you ready? I want you to just take a breath. The next two are going to hurt. Trust me, when I was writing this and I have my notes out here, I had some hard talks with myself. I did. Me and the coffee mug had some chats. Because I can see in myself over the last few months where those things had happened, right? I didn't want to make a change, but I wanted to bitch about the change. I didn't want to change, but I also wanted to bitch about the repetitive routine. I didn't want to change, but I also had no motivation to change. But these next two, are you ready? They're going to hurt. Remember that I love you. Diminished passion. And I don't just mean for your significant other or dating. I don't mean anything to do with romance. How's your enthusiasm for your hobbies? For your career? For your relationships? How is your personal passion? How is it right now? I know for me personally, and I'm just gonna speak from my own self so you guys can see where everybody gets this, where this happens. I know for myself, I knew closing my shop was going to be hard, even though I know that I'm fixing to, y'all have no idea what's coming. But at the same time, I didn't realize how hard it was going to hurt. I didn't realize how much it was going to throw me into this stagnant energy, into this repetitive thing. And then you get to where you don't want to do it. I no longer wanted to do artwork, no longer wanted to paint. I don't want to leave my house. I don't want to go eat any place new. I don't even want to travel. And I love to travel. I love to go. I love to work, and I didn't want to do that. And when I realized that I was dreading coming up to my office to get on a live stream or to work or to talk to you guys, it hit me in the gut really hard. What the fuck are you doing, Bodhi? What the fuck are you doing, man? You love this. You love this. Monday nights are my favorite night of the week. They are. They're my favorite night of the week. I'm not going to lie. Because I know that that's my biggest audience time. That's the time that I get to talk to the most people. And I was getting discouraged with that. Some of it is the algorithm changing. But for the last 3 to 4 years, do you guys realize, and I want to point this out to you, and I want this to be a part of what we're talking about, but I want to embed it in your brain of how much difference you make. Do you realize that on Monday nights, even on a night when I don't do Reiki, when the numbers are really, really low as far as viewership goes, do you know there's still over 20,000 people that come in and out of my live stream? That's on a low night. So when you're putting something into the chat of you matter, I love you, you got this, keep going, stay one more day, you have no idea how many people are seeing that. You have no idea who's scrolling through that's going through something really hard. And they don't have someone in their life telling them that, but they saw you. And that's on a low Monday night. So when I realized that my Mondays suddenly were a chore, I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, you better pull your goddamn big kid pants up because this is your jam. This is what you love to do. Why do you not want to do it now? And I did. I had some serious talks with myself. Some of it I started with, well, I've been sick. My jaw hurts. It hurts to talk. And then, you know how the universe does. I had a video come up on my, memories on this day page where I was I had posted a video thanking everybody for well wishes because I had had a molar that actually cracked in half and got infected and I had to have pulled. That was some of the worst pain, way worse than the TMJ shit I'm dealing with. I still got on there on Monday night and did my thing. So what's holding me up now? A little tiny pain, a little bit of shit. Somebody said something mean to me on YouTube. Bitch. That's never bothered you before. So where has your passion for the things that you love just crashed? It hurts when you really think about it. It hurts. When you really think about where your passion has just cratered. How many of you guys used to write poetry? How many of you guys used to quilt? How many of you guys used to cook big old dinners for family and friends? How many of you guys used to go to events? How many of you guys insert whatever here? And you don't now. Why? Why do you not do those things now? You ready for the last one? Because this number 6 is going to hurt. And it's really funny because my kid and I had to talk about this last night. Are you ready? Negative mindset. How negative has your mind and your thoughts been lately? One of my favorite quotes, and I put this back up on my computer where I can see it all the time, because whether y'all realize it or not, I personally have been in a negative mindset for the last few months. Like, why does it matter? I don't give a fuck. Who cares? Nobody cares. Why does it matter? Think about it. I've never been a negative self-talker. Ever. I am that bitch, pick your big kid pants up and let's go. Let's do the thing. One of my very favorite quotes, it's on my business cards, it's on everything, is a quote from Buddha. And it's this: what you think, you become. And I want you to really let that sink in for a minute as we're talking about negative mindset. What you think, you become. So if you're constantly in a negative mindset, I never get a promotion, everybody else always gets them. I never get invited out with friends. It doesn't matter if I clean my house. It doesn't matter if I brush my hair. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Think about it. What you think, you become. If your mindset is so negative about your current situation, about feeling stuck, about the repetitive, you see where all of these things just feed into each other? It's like this whole huge ball of bullshit that we get stuck in. Not having any motivation, having this repetitive routine makes you feel stuck, which makes you not want to do anything, which makes you have this really super negative mindset, which makes you not have motivation. Do you see? It's literally the rat in the ball, just never getting anywhere. It's the taffy puller. You're just in the taffy puller. And you don't realize that you hold the key to getting yourself out of that. This is why this new moon is so important. It is for you, for me, for everybody that is willing to say, you know what? I'm tired of being in the fucking ball of bullshit. The benefits of a reset, there's 3 big things. We're going to talk about some of them, okay? And I'm going to tell you how to utilize this new moon. I'm going to tell you how to utilize this new moon in Taurus to fix it. You need to have a clarity of purpose. A reset helps you redefine where you're going, what your purpose is. Maybe 5 years ago, your purpose was, I'm going to go to school and, I'm going to get my degree and I'm going to change careers. And then somewhere in the middle of it, you went, I really hate school. I hate this class. It's kind of hard. And then other things started happening and you dropped out of school. And now you're stuck in the same job that you've been stuck in and you fucking hate it. Where's your purpose? Enhanced motivation and focus. When you find your purpose again, you'll find that motivation and that focus. Because when suddenly you clear away all the shit and you realize this is the goal you were headed toward, a better job, having a degree, switching careers, doing something that you actually want to do, not this over here. It gives you motivation, it gives you focus. And the third thing is this, and this is the biggest one. Are you ready? Even though it's number 3, it's the biggest one. Improved emotional health. Improved emotional well-being. Didn't we just talk about a negative mindset? Didn't we just talk about how that feeds into lack of motivation and all of that stuff? What you think, you become. What you think, you become. I'm going to let that all sink in for just a minute. Let's talk about how you utilize this new moon in Taurus to pull your big kid pants up. Let's talk about how you utilize this new moon to pull your motivation back out. First of all, every single one of you watching, as soon as you're done watching this, you need to go set you a glass of water outside. Bottle of water, glass of water, I don't give a shit. I want you to go set it outside for 5 minutes, and then I want you to drink the shit. I want you to drink the shit. You know why? Because that is, whether you believe the frou-frou spiritual shit about drinking moon water or not, it's a physical shift. It's a physical change. It's something physical. You can touch that glass. You can feel the water going down your throat. Am I right? Am I right? How many times as a kid did you play a game where the way that the game started was 1, 2, 3, go? Ready, set, go. How many times? So when you heard that, when I just said ready, set, go. When I just heard that, were you ready to jump and run? Were you ready to go tag somebody? Were you? What you think, you become. During COVID, I worked as a purchasing agent for a very large flooring company because I'd have a big girl job for insurance. And I had to be at work at 7 a.m. 100% not a morning person. 100% not a morning person. But I also liked being off at 4. Do you know how I got my ass out of bed every morning? Because I am the queen of snooze. I am the queen of the snooze button. Y'all have no idea. Do you know how I got myself out of bed? When that alarm went off, I had to say it out loud to myself at first, and then I would say it in my head. 1, 2, 3, 4, go. And on go, I would jerk the covers off, and I got out of bed in one swift motion. I didn't lay there and hit snooze or pet my dog or, this blanket's really comfy and I just got comfortable, or it's raining, I could sleep 5 more minutes. It didn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, go. I want you to think about that. That is your theme for the day. 1, 2, 3, 4, go. You need to start with a physical change and shift. Go set you some water outside or in the window, whatever. Doesn't have to sit there very long. It can sit there as long as you want. Doesn't have to sit there very long though. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. While you're getting your mind ready to go get in the race, ready to go play the game, you're going to be the first one to fucking base. Fuck all those other people. You're going to be the first one to get to base. But you got to get ready, right? 5 minutes is all it is. Then you go outside and you chug that fucking water. I don't care if it's a bottle. I don't care if it's a cup. Chug that bitch. And I want you to feel the difference. I want you to feel the change. I want you to feel the shift. I want you to feel the move. That is your 1, 2, 3, 4, go. That is your 1, 2, 3, 4, go. Now you can set your intentions. Now that you have that physical shift, now it's time to go in and look at your goals. Did you drop out of school? And now you want to get back into it? What are the goals you need to hit to be able to get back into school next fall? What do you need to do? You have months. You have like 4 months. You can do that. It's easy. 4 months. Do you know how much you can accomplish in 4 months? Set your intentions. I want you to get a piece of paper. I don't care how bougie the paper is or how plain it is. I don't care. But I want you to sit down today and I want you to be really honest with yourself after you chug that water and you're ready for that reset. I want you to sit down and I want you to write your fucking goals out. And I don't want you to think of them, well, I would like to do this. No. This is where you change right here. And this is what I want to impart to you. And I'm going to say what you think you become so many fucking times. Are you ready? What you think you become. When you're sitting down writing your goals out, you don't say, I want this. No, bitch. I will, it's mine. What you think you become. Let that sink in. Your mindset and your words change right now. You are no longer a victim. Nothing happened to you. You are no longer beat down. You are no longer sad. And I know you're like, well, I mean, and some of you guys are already arguing with me. You're saying, yeah, but I got diagnosed with anxiety and I got diagnosed with this and this and this. Bitch, me too. Me too. Me too. I have survived. Listen to my words. I have survived 2 horrendously abusive marriages. Did you catch my words there? Some of y'all don't know, but in 2008, I was diagnosed with severe agoraphobia. When I would leave my house, I would get so physically ill, I almost couldn't take my kids to school because I was like, I am going to shit myself in the parking lot. I'm going to throw up all over myself like a toddler. I still fight that. And notice I use the word fight, not I still have that. I fight that. I gave it a name. And when it pops up, I'm like, fuck you, man. I'm not going to tell you its name because I'm just saying. It has a name. And when it pops up, me and that thing, we have a talk. Bitch, I gotta go. I gotta be in West Virginia tomorrow. I gotta be in Oklahoma City. I gotta go take my kid to work, to do a driving, whatever. That bitch has a name. I want you guys to change how you think about things. Don't just say, I want to graduate school in 2 years. I will graduate school in 2 years. I will get an amazing job at a big company. I will have an amazing raise. I will find the perfect house. And give it a date. Give it a date. I will have a new job at the beginning of 2027. I will graduate at the end of 2026. I will have an amazing, perfect house in spring of 2027. Not, I want this. Bitch, no. I don't care what zodiac sign you are. While you're chugging that water, I want you to get on Google or Yahoo or whatever your little thing is, and I want you to search the strengths of that zodiac sign. I want you to search the strengths of that zodiac sign. I don't care what zodiac sign you are. I know I tease you Leos and you Cancers and you Pisces and you Virgos. And I tease all of y'all. But every one of you has these amazing strengths that you don't even give yourself credit for. You don't. I want you to go and look at those strengths. Today is the new moon in Taurus, and every single one of you is grounded as fuck and ready to take on the world. Every one of you. And I don't want to hear you say no. I know that some of you are in situations that are really hard to change right now, but guess what? You change your fucking wording and you realize that I am literally handing you the key that you forgot you had in your pocket to get out of whatever cage you've put yourself in. And I literally want you to think about it like that. Let's say that you fuck up, you go steal some shit, and you go to jail. You have a decision when you're in jail, don't you? You can continue to fuck up and you can stay in jail. You can get out and you can fuck up again and go back to jail. Or you can utilize that time to make yourself better. And when you get out, that's in the past. You hold the key to everything you want to do. You hold the key to every shackle that you have put on yourself. And I know some of you guys are like, ouch. I was married for 15 years. And from about year 3, I knew I didn't need to be in that relationship. I knew. But you know what? I thought, you know what? You put your name on the dotted line and you said you were going to do this and you were going to help with these kids and just make it till the boys graduate high school. Just make it till Kirsten graduates high school. Just make it till Kirsten gets in middle school. Just survive tomorrow. Do you hear what I'm saying? And it came down to a moment where I had to realize that no one was going to take care of me but me. I know a lot of you guys have amazing friends and partners and kids and so on, and I do as well. I have 2 amazing kids. I made amazing adults. I have some of the best friends that I've ever had in my entire life. If I say, hey guys, like somebody just cleared out my bank account, I don't even have a penny. These bitches would be like, dude, I got $5. Here it is. I got that. They would do whatever they could to help. But for a time, I isolated myself. I took the brunt of things so my kids didn't have to. And I was miserable. And I didn't see in that moment how amazing all of the things were that were going on around me. I had a good job that I had worked hard to get. I had manifested so I could work at home, so I could be there for the kids because no one else was going to do it. But I didn't see it that way. I saw it as being chained to being at home. I had so many health conditions, and I still have them. I'm diabetic. I have epilepsy. I have a heart condition. I have severe anxiety and agoraphobia. I have 3 things that will probably unalive me before I'm 60. And I had a moment of realization after a heart cath, and I got to see the inside of my heart. And I thought, no one is going to take care of me. No one is going to fix this for me. No one is going to make sure that I am taking my medicine. They're not going to say, all right, let me see under your tongue. Did you swallow it? No. what's going to happen is the person that's supposed to take care of me is going to let me pass, and then they're going to play the victim. And then I'll just be another statistic, another woman that died early from heart disease, another woman that died early from epilepsy. I'll be a statistic. And when I had that realization, I thought, fuck that shit. What you think, you become. My friend, do you want to be a statistic? Or do you want to be a badass motherfucker that got everything you wanted in life? Think about that. What you think, you become. Are you becoming a statistic? It doesn't mean that you have to change the world and be in all the history books. I don't want to be in no fucking history book. I mean, really, because think about it. The only people that make the history books are the ones that do something really fucked up. Or the ones that really give up everything about their life to do something that no one else has done. And that's a few people. What about the rest of us? What about the rest of us? Do you want to be a statistic? Or do you want to be a badass motherfucker? Do you want to be the best fucking accountant in town? Do you want to be an artist that is known for their eclectic faces? Do you want to have 2 master's degrees? Do you see what I'm saying? All of those things are so vital and so important. And I'm going to tell you again, every single time on Monday when y'all are in one of my live streams and you're saying the things to make everybody feel better, when you're really saying the thing that you needed to hear at your lowest, at the worst part of your life, you don't know who saw that. You don't realize how much your ripples matter. You don't realize, not even on social media, out in the actual real simulation world, whatever you want to call it. Every single thing you do touches at least 10 other people. Everything you do. Did you stop and let somebody go through in a crowded traffic area where no one else had stopped and let them through? You thought you were just being nice, but what if that person right there was trying to hurry and get home and get the bag because their wife is in labor? And what if by you letting them in traffic, you letting them in to their neighborhood so they can get that, they actually make it there to see their baby born? Think about that. And when he's standing there watching his baby be born, he says, man, if somebody hadn't let me in traffic, I would have made it. Think about it. Think about it. You made sure that someone you will never ever meet was able to watch their baby be born. You touched so many lives with that one thing. With somebody you'll never meet. Think about that. When you're getting ready to set your intentions for your shift and your change, I want you to make sure that as you're writing down your goals, you're thinking about all of the things that you're done with. I want you to think about it. Now, here's the hard part. You can change your wording. You can put your goals. You can write them down. You can see those bitches every single day, multiple times a day. But they're just words. They're just words on a page. They're just words on a whiteboard. They're just words on your computer. They're just words on your phone. Until you decide to make them real. You hold the key to your own cage. You hold the key to the shackles that you've put on yourself. I'm not going to lecture you guys about grounding. I'm not going to lecture you guys about embracing yourself. I'm not going to lecture you guys about any of that because you hear it from everybody. If you've been in the spiritual realm for any length of time, it doesn't matter how deep in it you are or if you just dipped a toe in, you've heard all of that. Notice I rolled my eyes on purpose. What I am going to say is you need to look at those goals this afternoon. Today needs to be a day of you really intensely looking at everything that you wrote down. You drink that damn new moon water and you look at that list and you say, all right, my goal is to get back in school and graduate at the end of 2026. What do you need to do between now and fall to get back in school? What letters do you need to write? What applications do you need to put in? What transcripts what do you need to do? What do you need to do? Break it down into little bitty, teeny tiny, bite-sized things. You can move an entire fucking mountain. You just have to do it one rock at a time. And it may take you a hot minute to move that whole fucking mountain. But you know what? I know damn well you can do it. I know damn well you can do it. If somebody told you right now, if they said, hey, I have an account with $10 million in it. It's yours. It's yours. But you have to take this car apart for me. And it has to be in pieces I can put back together. You can't just take a sledgehammer to it. It has to be in pieces I can put back together. How many of you would figure out really fucking quickly how to take that car apart? How many of you would go get the tools you needed or ask for help? How many of you would take that fucking car apart? It literally is that fucking literal when it comes to your goals. That job is there. That degree is there. That house is there. That move is there. That travel is there. All of those things that are on your goal list are right there. All of them. It's the universe saying, I have all of this for you right here. All you have to do is X, Y, Z. All you have to do is get there. It's literally right there. Because what you think, you become. Now, I want you guys to take your wonderful, empowered little asses, go drink your new moon water, and go change the whole fucking world around you. Go change your life. I am going to do this. When I was sitting at my vanity downstairs getting ready, and I was looking for some earrings, which I didn't even wear the earrings I wore up here to my office. I was digging and looking for some earrings, and I had a bracelet show up that I haven't seen this bracelet in months, right? I used to wear it all the time. I got it in Denver last fall. I love it. It's gorgeous, right? Haven't seen it. Been gone. That bitch showed up today. It showed up today. I just want to show it to you. It's a little hard to see against my tattoos, but I'm going to tell you what it is, and this is going to be the stone for the week. In fact, this is the stone for all of you guys that are sitting there so motivated and so powered, ready to just go, ready to go grab the universe by all of the balls. And it's tanzanite. And I'm going to tell you what tanzanite is for. Because I was like, it's really weird that I was like motivated to wear this bitch. Like all the time I was wearing it every single day. And then it just left. It just left. It just went traveling. Tanzanite is often seen as a symbol of transformation, spiritual growth, and new beginnings. It's believed to promote intuition, creativity, and clarity, making it a helpful stone for those seeking balance and insight. Tanzanite can also aid in energy work, divination, and protection from negative energies. I'm just saying what I'm saying, y'all. And I know some of you guys are like, probably sitting there already beating yourself up about what you haven't done. Stop it. Stop it. You're doing everything you're supposed to do at the exact time you're supposed to do it. And if you're here listening to this right now, if you're going to listen to it on YouTube later, whatever it is, you're hearing this exactly when you're supposed to hear it. Do not beat yourself up for not doing something in the past. Do not beat yourself up for not getting back in school last year or leaving this job or leaving this relationship. Don't do it. Don't do it. I told my kid this last night. I said, there are some times that I regret going back into that marriage in 2014 when I left. And then I remember that if I had done that, I would probably be working at my friend's law firm still. I would have never gotten on this path that I'm on. I would have probably found some person and been in a relationship and gotten remarried, and I would have a house in the suburbs. And when I think about it in that way, it makes me want to vomit. Do not go back and regret decisions you made because they made you who you are right now in this moment. What you think, you become, my friends. Go change the rest of your day. Go change the rest of your week. Start little. Like I said, and I want you to remember this, every time that you think you can't move that mountain, just one little stone at a time. It might take you a while to get there. One little stone at a time. Start with what you can do today, what you can do tomorrow, what you can do this week, what you can do this month. I have all the faith in you. Even if you don't have faith in you, I have all the faith in you. So, go do all the things. 1, 2, 3, 4, go.